Okay, the Age of Aquarius and the pattern of 30 new years in the 38th century BC. Wikipedia says the Age of Aquarius in astrology is either the current or forthcoming astrological age. Depending on the method of calculation, astrologers maintain that an astrological age is a product of the Earth's slow processional rotation and lasts for 2,160 years. On average, one great year equals 25,920 year period of procession. 12 zodiac signs equals 20 equals 20 2,160 years. So you multiply that together and you get your 25,920 year period. There are various methods of calculating the boundaries of astrological age in sun sign astrology. The first sign is Aries, followed by Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, whereupon the cycle returns to Aries and through the zodiacal signs again. Astrological ages proceed in the opposite direction. So you would go from Pisces into Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, Leo, Cancer, Gemini, and Taurus, and then Aries. Therefore, the age of Aquarius follows the age of Pisces. So, look, I don't get into astrology or anything, but I wanted to bring this up. So I still hold to the fact, if you'll go study these scriptures out, 2 Kings 20 and Isaiah 38, about the what Yahuwah did for in the days of Hezekiah as far as the sundial event. Anyway, take a look at that, study it out, because we have scriptural evidence in the days of Noah, from Genesis 7:11 to Genesis 8:4, that we have 150 day period that was exactly 5 months long. So that meant the months were exactly 30 days long at the time. So, and what I want to show here, I'm going to go back in time past this 702 BC, but where Stellarium said in 702 BC, on the beast date of March 20th, at the appearance of the sun, we had the first day of the year. We had Spica. Spica is highlighted right here. The moon's above the horizon and the sun's appeared over here in the east. So that's always been our sign. But this is going back to 702 BC, and that's giving you the date of March the 20th. So take a look at 2000. This was today. Tanya and I celebrated New Moon or New Year Day today. So it's the first day of our year. It's the day of setting up our tabernacle symbolically. Anyway, as you see here at the appearance of the sun, we had Abib in the vicinity of the moon here that just turned full through that night. It's waning. And and a lot of folks, I don't know of any scripture, and if please comment if anybody knows any scripture where Abib is supposed to be ahead of the moon. What I see is what Yahuwah said in Exodus 13:4, where he said, this is the new moon of Abib. So that's telling me, if we go look at the previous 2 years before this year, you'll see Abib was further away from the moon. Now, of course, it was ahead both those years, but they were further apart from the moon than this year. And so we're celebrating our new year today just based on the data of where Abib is and where the new moon was. All right, so if we look at 2000, the same date, same time as the previous slide, you'll see that Pisces, again, this is an astrological zodiacal image. That consist of some different stars, but you can see here that the sun is in Pisces right here. So we'll look at some other slides here. Now we're going to go back in time. So this is a New Year day but look at the date. It's in 3801 BC on February the 21st. So in February 21 of 3801 BC, Stellarium is showing at the appearance of the sun that this was a New Year day. As you can see here, we got Abib and we got the moon right there together. So there's your new moon of Abib. Now, if we look also in that same 3801 BC, again, we're virtually the same here where the sun is in Pisces. So we went from 702 BC to over 31 centuries back. And as you can see, the sun is still in Pisces, but you can also see here that the Gregorian date has went back approximately I'd be about 27 days from March 20th, unless this was a leap year. And I did not check to see if this was a leap year. All right, so comparing them two pics before this, we have the New Year Day on 3801 BC. We have Pisces, and then we got the New Year Day 2023 here. That was today. And as you can see, the sun is virtually at the same position in Pisces. Pisces is here, and then you got Aries right here. So Aries in 3801 BC was a little bit closer to the horizon, which there's a star. I think the brightest star in Aries is Hamal. Correct me if I'm wrong, but anyway, it's right here on about the shoulder flank, and same way here. So it's a little bit different from the horizon, but this could be a virtue, just the wobble of the calendar. Okay, now we look at a 30-day pattern here. This is going to be the 30-day pattern that I just did another video of a 30-year pattern from the year 2003 AD to 2032 AD, just to see if there's a pattern for when we know there's going to be a 13th month, or when we're going to know it's a 12 month. So with the sun appearing here, and on February 21st in 3801 BC, here's Abib. The moon is waning at that time, and with Abib showing right at the horizon or just above the horizon, I believe it is plus here. That was in our previous video, that was a sign of a 13-month year. So let's go and see if that holds true here in the 38th century BC. All right, so we're at 3799. We're on March the 11th. We've got Abib here. We've got both the moon's waning, the sun's appearing, and we've got Abib below the horizon. So this, again, from our previous video, this was a sign of a 12-month year. We go to the next year at 3798. We got February 28th. Again, Abib is below the horizon. We've got the sun appearing, the moon is waning, and we've got a new Year Day here. So this would be a sign for a 12-month year. And then now we've got February 17th in 3798 BC. And you got Abib above the horizon, exactly with the moon there. They're almost right with each other there. Now we go to March 7th, 3797 BC. Again, we've got the moon waning. We've got Abib well below the horizon here. So in our previous video, depending on how far below the horizon and where the date was, now I just did this video, so I think this is going to be a sign for another 12-month year after this. So let's take a look and see if I'm right. Yep. So the Abib is below the horizon. The moon is already waning as the sun appeared here. So that's a New Year Day, and this is on February 24th of 3796 BC. Now we've got Abib above the horizon with Abib right there with Abib. This is February the 14th in 3795 BC. Again, this would be a sign for a 13th month year. So if you'll notice, we're at February 14th, so watch where the next year begins. it starts up in March. So March 9th, it jumps up into March in 3794 BC. We got the moon here waning, and we got the Abib below the horizon. And just based on where it's located there, it looks like there's going to be another 12-month year, and based on this date right here. So let's take a look. So yes, so believe it or not, that moon it shows that it's below our apparent horizon. But again, I'm coming to believe that the horizon is there's so many different factors that determine your horizon in your area, what you're going to be able to see. So, but you've got Abib right there above the horizon. I think well, it's less than a degree below the horizon. But I believe this is a sign for well, take that back. That might be a sign for another. I haven't got familiar with these dates, but that's February 22nd. So there might be another 13th month, and I believe there is. So here we go. Yep. So we got February the 11th, 3791. We've got Abib with the moon. We've got the moon waning, and there's a sign for a 13-month year. Now we got March 2nd, 3791 BC. We've got Abib just below the horizon here. We got the moon waning here as the sun's appearing. I believe now, based on this position here, and I believe this date here, we're going to have the next year is going to be a 13-month year. So let's look. Yes, we are. So we got Abib showing in the positive up here, plus 1 degree above the apparent horizon. You got the moon waning here. So the moon wanes once the sun gets within 180 degrees or below. It'll either be 100% full or it'll be waning at that point in time when that, what I've observed over looking at all these patterns. Our next one here, we got the Abib below the horizon. So a sign for a 12-month year. We've got the date of March the 8th of year 3789 BC. That looks like that's possibly going to be another 12-month after this year. So yes, it is. So we got February 26th. We got 3788 AD. We got the moon waning here as the sun appears when we got to be below the horizon. So that's a sign of a 12-month, but because it's so close to the horizon, that's going to be telling us next year is going to be a 13-month year. So there we go. We got Abib above the horizon there. It's in the plus over here. You got the moon waning at this point in time. And again, don't trust me whether the moon is waning or not. This is for my area. Again, your area is going to be different than my area, but this is just for the area that I'm at. So check for your area. Don't check for, somebody else's area. Check for your area, because that's when you're looking at the clock from your area. So that's what's going to be pertinent to yourself keeping, the Sabbaths and new moon days and the festivals at their proper time. But we got February 15th here, 3787 BC. Again, this is a sign here for a 13-month year coming up. All right, so we got here we got Abib below the horizon. We got the moon waning here. We got March 6th, 3786, and I believe that's going to be another 12-month year. So let's see. Yes, so we've got Abib here below the horizon. We got February 24th, 3785 BC. The moon is waning, so that's New Year Day in that year. Now we got Abib above the horizon with right beside the moon here. The moon is waning. We got a date of February the 12th, 3784 BC. Okay, our next year we got March 3rd, 3782. I believe with that date there, just based on this 30-year pattern, if I recall, this is so close. I think the next year is going to be a 13-month year based on this right here and how close Abib is to the moon there. at the horizon. So let's see. Okay, there we go. So we got a Abib just above the horizon. It's right there beside the moon. So that's a new moon of Abib, as Yahuwah said in Exodus 13:4. And we got March 20th, year 3782 BC. We got now we got March 10th, 3781 BC. We got another 12-month year before we get to our 13-month year. So this is a 12-month year coming up this year. So this new moon, New Year Day in year 3781. There's our next year. It's a 12-month year. We got February 27th at 37 in year 3780 BC. Again, it's very close. It's with the moon, very close to the moon there. But next year is going to be a 13-month year. Here we go. We got a 13-month year. Again, look at that moon. It's if I could click on that, if you check that for your area, you might see that your moon might be below the horizon, but it's already waning. I checked that. The sun is within 180 degrees of it, catching up to it. So that would put the moon waning at that point in time. So this is a 13-month year coming up right here. Now we got a 12-month year. We got March 7th, 3777. And look here, we got another abnormal looking moon here, but again, the moon has already went full. It's waning at that point in time. So our apparent horizon is looking to me over the last many years I've been keeping the horizon. As the more thought I put into it, the more I look at these patterns and stuff. It looks like that's not necessarily what you're supposed to be looking for there. But you got Abib here. I believe based on this date here and where Abib is, it's got another 12-month year coming. So there we go, another 12-month year. We got the moon right there at the horizon waning. We got February the 25th in 3777 BC. And next year will be a 13-month year based on where Abib is here and this date, back in the 38th century here, BC. All right, there's your Abib above the horizon. This is New Year Day. You got February 14th, 3776 BC. That's New Year Day, and you got an upcoming 13-month year. So, guys, there's no need to wait to see after your 12th month if you're going to have a 13-month year. Yahuwah has made it possible for us to see this by virtue of where where Abib is. They call it Spica today. It means an ear of grain. So does Abib. So it's just they changed the names to kind of get things lost in translation and such for people not be able to find it. So let's go to March 5th, 3775 BC. You got Abib underneath the horizon. That's a 12-month year coming up based on this date here. And I believe just based this peak is going to jump in this area. I still think there's a 12-month year in between. I could be wrong, but I believe there is. And there we go. Let's see, we got just under the horizon there. We got this date here, February 22nd, 3774 BC, because Abib is still showing below the horizon at the appearance of the sun. Of course, at the appearance of the sun, by that time, you're not going to be able to legitimately see Abib, but we do have these devices today that be able to allow it, and we can take a look at Abib where it is with the moon an hour before. And for anybody that watches it on a regular basis and watch the sun and things like that, they possibly could get the timing down. I'm not that good. I can't do it myself. So these, I can go out and visually, but they've been crop dusting our skies so much here in our area. I don't believe I've seen an actual full moon in the last 6 months, 8 months. I've seen one maybe. So I would do videos, if I had full moon videos to be able to see. But we're in an area here where we get a lot of traffic from airlines coming over us and crop dusting us. So anyway, I digress. So let's go. All right, so we got moon right here. It looks actually looks like it's below the horizon, but it's actually waning already, and the sun is just appearing here, as you can see, just by the atmosphere of it on this app. But you have Abib above the horizon. So again, you got February 11th, 3773 BC, and a 13-month year coming up. Now you've got Abib right here. You've got a date of March the 1st, 3773. I know based on this date and just the pattern that I've been seeing this, over this 30-year pattern, that this is a 12-month year coming up, but the next year will be 13 months. So let's take a look. Oh, well, that's the last of the that's the last of the slides here. So again, this is the data that over those 30 slides. So we've got 11 dates here, we got 11 dates here, and then we've got 8 dates here. So we got 30 dates total. So as you saw, if you go back and review these slides, 13 months for a 13-month sign at the beginning of the year, anytime the Abib, the new year began anywhere from February the 11th to February 21st, it was a 13-month year. Anytime, as you can see, February 22nd, that's the earliest, and 21st was the latest here. Anytime, there's 21st up there. So never would you see these blend in together. It's amazing how his celestial clock works. But these are 12-month sign dates, so it was always a 12-month that happened when those New Year days started on these dates here. So from February the 22nd to March the 3rd. So basically that's that would be 7 days in February and 3 more, so basically 10 days. And as you can see here, this is 11 days here. So 11 days, 10 days. And then, of course, we don't always have 3 years between. So this held true to the same pattern that we did from 2003 to 2023, just showing that, or I'm sorry, not 2023, 2032, but AD. So, but these dates, anytime those the new year began on these dates here, there was 2 12-month years left. So this year would be a 12-month year, and then this next year would be a 12-month year. So we're going to compare the last two collection of dates that I have here. This is the 2003 2032 AD that was on my other video that I'll put the link in the information box, where if you want to click on it. Again, guys, I don't always talk fast very well for y'all or talk clearly, but you can speed up the YouTube videos up to 2 times the speed. That's how I watch most of my videos, because I don't have time to watch 1.5-hour videos or 45 minutes videos. I usually speed them up, so a 45-minute video turns into 22 minutes. Of course, that's if you're interested or not. But this is 2023, and as you can see, it virtually matches the 38th century BC New Year days. It's just the earliest date started in February 11th, where the earliest date here was April 9th. So all them centuries apart, though, that is virtually over 58 centuries apart from each other, that you've got the dates. February 11th, that would be 31 days in March, so that would be 49 days. Am I correct there? Yes, I'm correct, 49, and plus 1 more day. Well, you wouldn't count that day. So 49 days difference in the earliest start to Abib. So in 2000, the 30-year period between 2003 and 2032 AD, the earliest start, of your new year would be April the 1st. And in that 30-year period, the latest start would be April the 29th. But here, at the, basically 58 centuries back, you can see that age of Aquarius, there's a slowing down. Of course, if you read that Wikipedia slide, they're saying it's the Earth slowing down. The Earth does not move. Everything revolves around us. The sun, moon, and stars. It's like a huge clock above our heads. And but there is a slowing down. It has occurred again. Please go check it out in Isaiah and Second Kings, in those chapters and verses that talk about the sundial event. And again, go look in Genesis, where in the days of Noah, and see that their calendar. These are little clues for us to find, and it's up to Yahuwah to hide the matter from us, and then it's up to us to search the matter out. So everybody, be blessed. Let's praise Yahuwah. Hallelujah, and have a great night.